Vivek, really interested to learn from you, please. What was happening at Cotec so that you could build on Harpreet's response? Did you experience the same, or was it very different?
So we went through three phases. First was denial. It can't happen because this all these things happened in the second fortnight of March, and the Indian financial year ends in March. So March happens to be 40% of the total life insurance business for the year, and the second fortnight is where 80% of that 40% comes. So everybody had the targets, everybody had the numbers. Our international convention, all programs were supposed to end, and then there was a talk that there will be a lockdown, and we were saying, it was a very surreal kind of a thing, completely in denial. It can't happen. Why can't they wait for 10 days kind of a thing? Maybe the lockdown can happen from 1st of April. What is it that they're going to lose? Okay. And eventually, I think 8 days before the end of March, lockdown was announced, and I still remember on that day having a conversation with my team. Okay. And we realized we were willing to give up. We said, okay, so this is the end of the year. We are willing to give up and we will move on. And whenever lockdown opens, we will come back roaring. And we were about to end that meeting when one of our small departments where people sell through phones, we run a channel where, our agency leaders connect with the inactive agents over phone and activate them. Towards the end, when we were taking an update, that gentleman who used to run that business, he said, today we have logged in 16 policies. Now, 16 policies means nothing for a business of our size. But on that day, when we had no policies, we were all shocked, saying, how can this happen? And we realized that people who were on phone were easily able to sell, where everybody across, on a face-to-face selling was finding a roadblock. And we quickly went back to the drawing board, and we started working back. And in the next 3 days, we were back into business. We didn't have a very great end of the financial year, but we did manage to redeem it with with business momentum, which we had never imagined on the day when the lockdowns happened. Post that day, there have been two kinds of people. There is a set of people who have adapted to digital and they have moved on, and they are now fully well adapted to the new normal. But a set of top performers, whether they are agents or whether they are agency leaders or whether they are company employees, the top performers are still showing a very, very high level of resistance towards change, because they still feel that they'll come back to the time when the world will be back to what it was. And that is where our key challenge would continue. So a lot of new businesses coming from new people who have signed us as an agent. A lot of early adapters have caught on, but a huge chunk of your top performers still continue to be resisting and hoping that the old days will be back.
Vivek, that was fantastic. I love the words adapting. Human nature is that we do adapt, but some people also freeze. So it was interesting to see those perspectives that your business and your teams experience both. So thank you for those insights. I found them personally really valuable. I think what we've seen with Harpreet and Vivek's experience is that this experience means that we have to help people, and we have to actually help our teams to help those people. It's an adapted change.